and we welcome you to Windsor, Ontario for today's coverage of OCA men's basketball. As today, the CANADORE Panthers in town to take on the St. Clair Saints. Justin Prince with you, and the pressure is on for both of these teams. St. Clair looking to lock up first in the West. CANADORE looking to try and win out to get a playoff spot. Both teams have a lot to play for today. We're underway from the Rose City. The St. Clair Saints come in 11-3 with a red-hot offense. Josiah Deere starts off with a three to begin said offense. He's been one of the key scorers for the top scoring team in Ontario this season. 97 points per game coming in. The CANADORE Panthers, meanwhile, they're looking to try and continue what's been a good year. Ty Huxtable starting alongside Elijah Suffel with Thomas Gowland alongside Corey Bachuin alongside Logan Whitmell. Keep in mind, they won 3 games coming into today. Their first 3 wins in 3 years. And are half a game out of the playoffs behind the Conestoga Condors. On offense for 3. Good! Corey Bachuin on the contested jumper. Ties it up at 3. A change for St. Clair compared to the normal starting lineups for today. In the lineup today is Jaden Tillman alongside Darnell Petty, Josiah Deere, Chad Vincent Simon, and Mazin Tia. There goes the shot for the corner. Petty for 3. It's a 3-point shooting contest to start. 3 trays in the first minute combined. We're talking about the first and 5th best 3-point shooting teams here tonight. Travel called against Huxtable. St. Clair leading the way in the most threes made a game on average, about 10 a game coming in. Meanwhile, CANADORE in 5th, just under 9 made threes a game, averaging about 34% from beyond the arc, 5th in the province. On the setup, it's Tillman. Vincent Simon from the right wing. Passes to Tia from his hot spot. Good. An 8-3 run to start for St. Clair. On the speed, Huxtable to the corner. And stepping out of bounds this time is Bachuin. Bachuin, the second-year guard from Sturgeon Falls, Ontario. And this is a common spot depending on your experience level here at the stadium. We've seen that off and on throughout the years since the opening of the Sportsplex about 5-6 years ago now. Tillman. One back to Vincent Simon. Screen by Petty. Vincent Simon jumper front of the rim. Huxtable. Looks for the post. Instead gets the kickball violation. And inbound with 17 on the shot clock. CANADORE, keep in mind, so far, a 2-game losing streak entering this weekend, a pressure-filled weekend. You have St. Clair today, Lambton Lions tomorrow afternoon. As that's it over and back. So some issues on the inbound lead to the turnover. That was the major thing from their last matchup against Niagara on January 28th, where the Niagara Knights ended up having points off turnovers in the 30s compared to CANADORE's 13. Tillman, floater, good. Timeout called by Stephen Hahn, the 3rd-year head coach of CANADORE and their Panthers. They want to talk things over. A 10-3 run to start for the St. Clair Saints. So let's take a look at CANADORE's numbers. And they've had some bright spots in the midst of those numbers. 13th in scoring, yes, but as talked about, 5th in 3-point percentage. Blocking-wise, that is 19th in the province, about only a block a game. Free throw-wise, it's another strength for them at 6th at about 70%. The rebounds, though, one of the big focal points. Just under 39 rebounds a game coming in, 13th best in the province, 11th in rebound margin as well on the glass. Keep in mind, when you look at the numbers on the shot attempts, averages between their opponents and themselves, usually they've been outshot in terms of attempts by 10 to 11 per game. And that comes down in turn to their turnovers being 18th, 21 a game coming in. The St. Clair Saints, meanwhile, They come out of the huddle with a 10-3 run. Look to try and run away so far. They've been trying to live up to one of the main keys brought into today by coaches Segan and Sykes, needing team defense to step up. In fact, Matthew Sykes put it simply. The three keys of today: defense, defense, and defense. Pre-game discussions. Back on her way. Look at Whitmell. Going on the fadeaway. Good. Whitmell, one of the first-year players from Sault Ste. Marie, on the bucket. And that breaks up the 10-3 St. Clair run. Tillman stepping back now from the baseline and a jumper. Good. Just a quarter of the way through the first quarter of play. So far, St. Clair, you're perfect from the field. Drive, Gallen, pass back outside for three. Good. Logan Whitmell, 5 straight points. And the Panthers are within 4. To the low post. Tia, size mismatch. Overshoots it. Taken up by Huxtable. Back out to the wing. Galland. Over top. Defenders. Good. Galland on the jumper. And all of a sudden, Canadore builds themselves up a run. Tillman. Double screen up top on the horns. Looks for Tia on the pick and roll, gets it. Maz Tia lays it up and in. So far tonight for Tia, 4 points for the Saints. A balanced scoring output from St. Clair. 4 of their 5 starters with points. Stolen away by Deere. Leading the drive, back and forth, working with Petty. Good. Sorry, Deere puts up the bucket. 5 points for Deere. One of the main things talked about by Canadore and the coaching staff coming into today, limiting Chad Vincent-Simon and Josiah Deere, but also trying to keep composure and execute. Bucket good from beyond the arc again. 16-13 coming up to halfway to the first quarter of play. Tillman worked outside from the edge of the sideline. No good. Logan Whitmell on the board this time. On the drive back, Huxtable draws a whistle. No basket, and that'll be the first personal of the game. Today's officials, Paul Carter leads the crew with Jamie Ireland and Miles Dudley. First personal going the way of Tillman. Tillman's first, team first. Substitutions in the game for Canadore. Tariq Hamid in this time for Canadore. And keep an eye on him because, deceptively, he's been very quiet statistically, but looking at the numbers, he averages 58% from beyond the arc and about 94% for the free throw line. He tries to go for the drive. Into a brick wall. Defenders stolen away by St. Clair. Tia, alley-oop for the stop! And a whistle called for the basket hang. And a warning from the officials there. Tia with the alley-oop slam. 18-13. Trying to pass it up high. Thrown away for another alley-oop for Tia. Tia, back-to-back alley-oops. Now he's back on D. Gets called for the personal. Darnell Petty can't believe it. They call it actually on Petty. But how about that in the alley-oop plays already? Looking to get a little bit fancy. But now with Canadore at the line, as talked about, one of the top free throw shooters in the province in the top 6 coming in. Whitmell, he's about 68% for the line. One more attempt. So far for Whitmell, about 12 points per game coming in on 47% shooting. He's also picked up about 3 personals a game, but 5.9 rebounds per contest. Just past halfway to the first quarter, 2014 St. Clair. Petty takes the jumper, makes the jumper. Darnell Petty trying to pick up an offense tonight. And the St. Clair Saints lead by 8. In response on the other end, no good. Huxtable. And last touch by St. Clair, so a fresh 14 for Canadore. Substitutions in for coaches Segan and Sykes. On the change this time, it's Gallo Tutu and Andrew Loyick in. Tillman and Deere coming out. On the fresh 14 on the shot clock. Work back top side. Looking for space. Hamid. Pass back out for the tray. Good! Gowan again. He's got a few of those so far from beyond the arc. 22-17. Panthers down by 5. Petty. He gets some space for a mid-range jumper. Off the front rim again. Huxtable leads the break. Loyick nearly tripped back, trying to get on D. And in turn, signal call down the baseline. And this personal going against Loyick for the blocking foul. First personal for him. 3 team fouls for St. Clair now in the past couple minutes. Substitution now for Canadore. This brings in Xavier Owls, the first report from Pickering. From top-notch prep. Bishop Whitmell on the play. Gowan looking, trying to get around 2-2, fades, draws contact, will go to the line to shoot 2. Contact on the elbow, 2-2's first. And the next one puts St. Clair over the limit with under 4 minutes to go in the first. And when talking about the players to watch tonight with Coach Hahn, he mentioned 2. Ty Huxtable because of his scoring and playmaking ability, but more so in terms of Gowan because he considered him as the team's top scorer. Gowan on the season, 17 points per game, 44% for the field, no good on the second. Gowan for reference coming off a 13.7 rebound out against the Knights. End off January. Petty scans to his left, finds Vincent Simon, travel. And Canadore back with the ball. And St. Clair looking like they want to talk it over, call timeout. And already our second timeout of the quarter. You ever hear of the term trap game? So far, those vibes starting to come off in this one, based on the numbers seen before. Keep in mind those numbers. St. Clair is very high on a lot of those numbers. They did lose their last game against Humber. That puts them in a need to win the rest of the weekend situation if they want to get the number 1 seed in the West. 93-82 was that final against Humber on the 28th. They are the top scoring team in the province though, 97 points per game. Top shooting team from beyond the arc, 36% from beyond the arc. Block-wise, top team in that category when they're 6 a game. Free throw-wise, they're just below Canadore at 68%. Rebounding-wise, they're in the top 5, 44.6. They are the top assist team. And keep in mind, defense is a big part of that as well. They are, in terms of defense, one of the top teams, in fact, the top team defensively in the West, in terms of points per game and blocks, and second in the rebounding in the conference for the western portion of it. Huxtable takes it back up now for Canadore. A lot of space inside the paint. Huxtable fills a lot of that space. Owl's second chance gets blocked. Stumped by Glenn Willis Paris. He's now in alongside 2-2. Loyick. Tia rounding out the 5 is Petty. Lots of size on the floor. Down to 12 in the shot clock. Tia works it low post back to Willis Paris for the 3. Touch too strong off the back of the rim. And the Panthers taking a bit of time here to set up their offense once again. Isolation Huxtable tries to get Loyick dancing, doesn't get the bounce. Taken back up by Petty. Petty weaving, bobbing, goaltend violation. Count the basket. The That was on the rim, according to official Paul Carter. Here's a look at some of the size-ups we've seen today. That has been a key part of trying to open up opportunities for St. Clair. Tillman, Petty, Vincent Simon have all tried to use those to open up space baseline. Slowly passed around by the Panthers. Work back to the right wing. Huxtable. Back to Hamid. Hamid looking for some size-up room. Finds the back door. Rejected again by Tia. Saints look for space with Loyick. Bullet pass to Tia. One-on-one. The spin, the drive, the whistle. And contact for 2 free throws on the elbow and the wrist. So count to 2-2. Watching along as Mazin Tia drawing the contact off Owls. Team first for CANADORE. And what a season it's been for Tia. 12 points per game, averaging 56% from the field. He's also been an impact player, rebound and defensively. About 7 rebounds a game coming in. He's also been able to get at least 2 blocks a game. It's been hard to be able to get shots past him in the low block. Second one's good. 25-18 the score, 2:12 to go in the first. And into the game this time is Hinani Ijulu. St. Clair starting to show signs of the trap. They commit to the 3-quarter trap. But get across the timeline, CANADORE. Passed along by Bishop Whitmel. Back down along, Gowland, low block, can't get it inside the restricted area. Loyick. As Willis Paris down low, Petty outside, doesn't drop. Taken back up by Huxtable. Panthers preferring to keep it slow tempo. Some portions. Huxtable working with Gowland. Again for 3, this time air ball. Loyick finding 2-2. The size up, the drive, the body, the contact, and the foul. And the personal against Hamid, his first, team second. And the Saints have a chance for the 3-point play and a double-digit lead. All while Stewart comes in, Tim Stewart, for Petty. And we talked about 2-2. He is a Windsorite. Also has experience high school-wise, originally from Ottawa. So far this season, averaging about 10 points per game and 53% from the field off the bench. And the free throw's good. And one complete, 28-18. And along by Bishop Whitmel. 1-on-1 with Willis Paris. It's one screen, pick and fade. They want another screen. Al sets the screen, tries to go pick and roll, stolen away again. And things are not working in terms of the inside plays. Loyick blocked, keeps it alive. Willis Paris reset back to the corner. Nobody can decide who wants to take a 3. Willis Paris takes it himself. Glenn Willis Paris with the bucket. And the St. Clair Saints up 31-18 with under a minute to go in the first. Stewart steals it away. Stewart avoids the strip back. Loyick, 3. Good. Andrew Loyick, he joins the 3 barrage. And the 3s are dropping in quickly all of a sudden. The 3 back. Good. Bishop Whitmel responds. Shot clock off for the remainder of the quarter. Loyick. Watson himself. Ijulu cuts inside. Loyick sizes up. Out the buzzer. No. But the St. Clair Saints have the advantage early. It's 34-21 off lights out shooting from beyond the arc from the Saints.
Tickets are on sale now for the 17th Annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, April 30th. The Kubota Club will be filled with local athletes, teams, and coaches just waiting to hear their names announced as a nominee or this year's recipient. You'll even get to hear from golf legend Jack Nicklaus, but you have to have a ticket. Tickets are available at westbytickets@gmail.com. Don't wait, or you might just miss your chance to be a part of history.
But he was also an All-American, second team. This time to right. Or back line this time. Gets across the original line of scrimmage. Tackle just shy of the first down.
Burrell looks for a spot. Burrell shoots it and scores on the near side.
One mistake, end up booking a trip to the prairies.
Welcome back to Windsor, where it's 34-21 after the St. Clair Saints made 4 trays in that first 10 minutes. In turn, though, 61% shooting from the field is the big difference maker. Glenn Willis-Paris, amongst the multiple different Saints, pulled up for 3 and made set threes. And Tillman, so far 2 for 2 with 4 points. Leading the way, Mazantia, though, with 9 points. Along with the block. The big line that sticks out from the stat book, though, points off turnovers. We touched upon how that was a big discrepancy between the Panthers and the Knights last time CANADORE played. 16-0 is points off turnovers for St. Clair over CANADORE currently. Back underway. St. Clair Saints with the ball to start. Stewart lined up alongside 2-2. Willis-Paris, Loyick, Petty, the 5. 2-2 starts things off with a miss. Jewel on the tap out. Loyick resets it. Stewart looking for a place to pass it, hops it, dishes it. Extra pass from Ejulu. Loyick hits the front of the rim. That took about 30 or so seconds, just about off the clock there. Huxtable now sets things up offensively. Jewin back on the floor. They're lined up alongside Owls, joined alongside by Caden Vosper. Start no good, and rounding out the grouping this time to start the quarter is Bishop Whitmell. Looking for a place to juke Loyick. Back to Ejulu. In the shot clock, Loyick. Open, under the cup, Stewart. And the ghost defense doesn't work there. Stewart in turn takes advantage of the space by 3 feet. Just past 1 minute into the second quarter of play. 36-21 your score for St. Clair. Whitmell passed outside. 7 on the shot clock already on the fade back. Chewin doesn't get it to fall this time. Stewart keeps the tempo high. Behind the back pass. 2-2 getting fancy for a moment. Ball back to Stewart. Sized up. Stored away by Huxtable. Huxtable takes it himself. Past Willis-Paris. Good. And Huxtable gets his team's first bucket of the quarter. He's got 5 points so far today. Look at Whitmell led the way in the first quarter for CANADORE with 6 points. Loyick. 7 on the shot clock once more. Saints taking their time. Loyick down to 1 on the shot clock. A floater in traffic. Punch back out for the fresh 14. Paris, 2-2. Contested jumper. That doesn't go. Stewart keeps it alive. A third chance for St. Clair. Julu gets a screen. Looking for a pass off. Finding 2-2. Ejulu with 4, testing his range. Hits the back of the rim. And this time, no one to punch back to. 2-2 as picked up by CANADORE. Taken back to the side and turned over. Elijah Supple not able to squeeze it. More changes. Side here, Tillman amongst those back in for St. Clair. CANADORE bringing in Ethan Skayman. Part of their changes. Also back in is Logan Whitmell. Very slow start to the second quarter, almost 3 minutes in, just a couple buckets at most. Tillman, Julu, finding some space, was Paris for a floater. No. Taken back up by Huxtable. Bull gives it to low post, Logan Whitmell stripped. Last touch by Willis Paris. And the Panthers reset. 14 still on the shot clock. Keep in mind the St. Clair Saints, prior to their last matchup against Humber, did get a winning streak going of 6 games. Of those, 3 straight had 100 points or more as part of the victories. This is a team that has scored a lot. As the Panthers can't make the 3 that time. Taken up by Loyick after the pass from Tillman. Down to Jude, trying to pass through traffic, stolen away. Huxtable. He looks for a cut, and instead he gets a reach and 2 free throws. Loyick caught for the personal, that's his second. And it looks like Chad Vincent Simon will come into the game here. Also back in Darnell Petty. So Huxtable, touched upon, known for his playmaking ability for the team. So far, a couple assists, 3 points in the first quarter. Now 3 in the second. On the season itself, though, it's been betted upon as the team's second leading scorer. 43% for the field, 14 points per game. That includes also about 7 assists per game. After the free throw, thrown back to the curtain. Chad Vincent Simon can't make the touchdown pass. And St. Clair wants a timeout as things have slowed down to a crawl scoring-wise. 5 points so far combined. That includes St. Clair. That is the top of the West coming in. 11-3 coming into the weekend. Keep in mind, things have shuffled a lot with Humber doing well, with Mohawk providing a lot of upward pressure. Same for Niagara. Essentially wins this weekend, basically get them the #1 spot in the West. CANADORE, keep in mind, since the past couple days, has had Redeemer lose and Conestoga lose. And in turn, CANADORE needs to win out to have a chance to at least uproot Conestoga, and then needs a loss from Redeemer to get the final playoff spot. That's how tight the margins are at the bottom of the standings. CANADORE was talked about by St. Clair's coaching staff, showing a lot of improvement this year after being winless for several seasons. Just about set to get back and away. 6:25 to go in the first half of play. CANADORE with the ball. Huxtable takes it up. Skaman working at the shooting guard spot to start off the play. Gowland. Screen set by Logan Whitmell. The drive. Huxtable blocked again. Vincent Simon looks. Jumper in transition. No. Huxtable taken up quick with a Gowland. All running, squaring up in the corner. Suffle and nearly stolen. Reaching. And a reach around midcourt after the poke. And this does go against CANADORE. Gowan stripped by Vincent Simon, and they say that's the reason for the whistle. That's the first personal for Gowland. Team first. And the clear path foul also, in turn, means Chad Vincent Simon to the stripe. He's the 5th leading scorer in the province this season, 20 points per game. And in fact, the last time St. Clair played on the road, Sheridan and Humber were those opponents. He scored 30 points in each of those matchups to lead the way in scoring both days. Free throw good, 37-24 after the 2 free throw trip. And with that clear path foul being the call, St. Clair with the ball. St. Clair up by 13. Tillman trying to cut ahead. Huxtable on the D. The jumper just rattles out. Huxtable wants to move forward quick and drop back. Huxtable resets it. Pass down to the baseline. Underneath the cup, Gowan to the corner. Off the side of the backboard. Chewin, no good. Petty gives it to Deere. Back to Petty on the give and go for three. No. Petty nearly squeezed it with his legs. Stripped back by Vincent Simon. Boy, pass to Tillman for the bucket. And what a sequence there. 40-24. Tillman called for the whistle. That's his second. And here's the sequence again. Nearly squeezed by Petty. Vincent Simon takes advantage of the chaos. And the bucket drops through. Substitutions, as you see, for Canadore. Coming out this time is Chewin. Back in is Bishop Whitmell. Also back in, Hamid. No good. Back the other way. The Saints trying to push the tempo a bit. Vincent Simon. Back around Deere. Deere, floater. Back of the rim, no. Second chance, no. Ripped back down by Gallant. Hamid. Looking for setup. Swung back around the outside. Sped around by Skaman. Going for the mid-range. That hits the side of the backboard too. And St. Clair has the basketball. And the offense has gone ice cold so far. Scoring coming out of premium. Coming up to 4 minutes to go in the first half. Vincent Simon, corner three. That doesn't go. Back the other way. Canadore looking for something. Just 3 points. Nearly 6 minutes now. Outside, Logan Whitmell. He breaks the lid off. Whitmell's had a solid night. 9 points so far for the Panthers. Vincent Simon the drive and draws the push down the baseline. And that's the second personal against Canadore. This time, personal going the direction of Gallant, his second. Deere, quick jumper, good! Josiah Deere off the inbound. Extends it to a 16-point lead. Hamid. There's no one else around outside of Tillman. Now Logan Whitmell, pass back Allen, poked away again. Tillman, he looks back for the drive. Petty, no. Vincent Simon, the second chance, count it! And the foul. And the basket counts with Chad Vincent Simon getting the end one. And Canadore racing for a timeout after the free throw sequence here. Loyak in for Tillman. Three personals against Canadore. Count the free throw. There's the timeout. 45-27 is the score. Let's take a look at the last meeting because St. Clair back in North Bay picked up the win 104-70 earlier in the season. The rebounding was even. Keep in mind, Canadore did win the free throw battle that day, but the assists, well, they were strong that day. Plus 12 back on November the 25th. In turn, Canadore had one of their 6 losses that day, part of their home schedule. So far, 2 of their wins coming at home, 1 away from North Bay. Both teams talk things over here. What's been an intriguing matchup so far this season as well. If you may have noticed, the Panthers did have a different look entering today's game and have throughout the season. Well, back at the awards banquet back last April, they did debut a new logo for their team. A modernized logo to represent what being a Panther is all about. Strength, competitiveness, and pride. They've showed competitiveness throughout the campaign. After all, they did pick up their last win against a team they needed to beat in Conestoga back on January 21st, 94-85. Back it away. 3-court press. Once again, 3-quarter press. The 3, no good. Logan Whitmell. Petty. Back up. The 3, Deer, good. And the Saints now looking to run. Stolen away again. Vincent Simon. Pass back to Petty. Back to Deer. Back-to-back trays for Josiah Deer. And a very fast sequence once again. Now a double team. Poked again. Stolen again. Petty. Vincent Simon. Whistle. Offensive foul. Darnell Petty. Caught for a second. The Saints not taking chances, bring 2-2 in, but the threes are falling tonight. The microwave is known for heating up in flashes. 14 points now all of a sudden for Deer. That's 9 points so far this quarter, all in the past 2 minutes. Sped up on the cut. Tia again the block. Gowan couldn't get it off and out of bounds. 2:23 to go in this first half of play. Again, Justin Prince with you here on We Digital. Second to last matchup of the season for the men's basketball team. They close out their campaigns tomorrow. Some critical matchups for women's and men's in the afternoon. Talk about that more in depth later on. No good from beyond the arc that time for the Saints. Slowly walked up. Skaman. Bounced into traffic. Stolen again. Loyuk. To the corner. Vincent Simon. Looking, bouncing. Bounces it off of the defender. Second chance. Tia, good. And a lot of bodies in traffic. And it still manages to drop. Skaman. He works it through the defense and poked out of bounds. Last touch by 2-2. Inbound coming from the side. Quickly, CANADORE making a fast change before they get back going. Suffle. He comes in for Skaman. This is a very young team. If you look at the eligibility totals, keep in mind just 2 players have more than 2 years of eligibility, or in their second year of eligibility so far. Picked up by Logan Whitmell. Count the whistle. And free throws coming up. Tia caught for the personal, his first. And that's team 4th. And again, CANADORE brings St. Clair to the limit. Looks like St. Clair preparing some changes on the sideline already. Darnell Petty amongst those, it looks like, already preparing along the sideline here with Josiah Deer. First free throw. The second one takes a bit of a bounce, but drops. 11 points now. 54-29, under 90 seconds to go in the quarter. Deer tries chase zone miss. Not able to get through the crowd. CANADORE tries to speed up fast. Pass to the corner. Back to the top. Logan Whitmell pulls back. Takes the shot. Doesn't get it to go. And the pass. Vincent Simon can't hold on to it after the shuffle to Loyuk. 1 minute to go in the first half. An awkward feel of momentum so far this quarter. St. Clair 20, CANADORE 8 in terms of the frame point stats. Back to the baseline. Looking out of trouble. Logan Whitmell can't get that to go through. Taken up for the drive, 2-2. 2-2 with the bucket, 56-29. On the jumper, again, no good, this time from Suffel. About a 3-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Loyick yet again wants to slow it down. Coaching staff for Canadore wants defense to press. Defense still giving a bit of space. The shot clock couldn't beat said clock. And Canadore with the chance to close out the half from half court. 1.9 seconds to go. And do they get a shot off from more than half court? Almost. Huxtable had the distance, but St. Clair has the lead. 56-29 at the half. You're watching Read the Door. But he was also an All-American, second team in this time to right. Or back line this time.
Gets across the original line of scrimmage. Tackle just shy of the first down. Burrell looks for a spot. Burrell shoots it and scores on the near side.
One mistake, end up booking a trip to the prairies.
Last year, Jack Morris. This year, Jack Nicholas. Back-to-back Jack at the 17th Annual Westby Awards, where we hand out the hardware to the best local athletes, teams, and coaches. We'd love to have you attend on Tuesday, April 30th at the Komodo Club. With limited seating available, mark your calendars. This is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Good evening, sir. Where are you coming from?
I was just at a buddy's watching a game.
Have you consumed any alcohol tonight?
I had a couple beers.
Thanks. Can I ask you to step out of the vehicle, please?
How many drinks does it take to impair your ability to drive safely? Having even just a few casual drinks can impair your driving ability to the point that you could lose your license for at least 3 days or more.
Hi, honey. Can you come pick me up?
Play it safe with alcohol. If you plan on drinking, don't plan on driving.
Tickets are on sale now for the 17th Annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, April 30th. The Komodo Club will be filled with local athletes, teams, and coaches just waiting to hear their names announced as a nominee or this year's recipient. You'll even get to hear from golf legend Jack Nicholas, but you have to have a ticket. Tickets are available at westbytickets@gmail.com. Don't wait, or you might just miss your chance to be a part of history. Tickets are on sale now for the 17th Annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, April 30th. The Kubota Club will be filled with local athletes, teams, and coaches just waiting to hear their names announced as a nominee or this year's recipient. You'll even get to hear from golf legend Jack Nicklaus, but you have to have a ticket. Tickets are available at westbytickets@gmail.com. Don't wait, or you might just miss your chance to be a part of history.
As the St. Clair Saints lead 56-29. And what has been a strong matchup from them so far, to say the very least. A 22-8 second quarter. A big part of the difference. You know what also is part of that? Defense. Inside, it's been difficult to get through the blocking so far. 5 of those. Points off turnovers, they've been a plenty. 30-3, St. Clair. That difference. Josiah Deere. He's also been red hot from beyond the arc himself. So far, 14 points, 5 made buckets, 4 from beyond the arc to lead the way in scoring. Talking about Josiah Deere on the season, he's got 15 points per game and 5 rebounds a game. He also eclipsed 1,500 career points with St. Clair, the last homestand for the Saints. It's been a stellar campaign and a stellar past few seasons for St. Clair's Josiah Deere. Just about all set to go for the second half of play. Here are standouts to note. The second quarter shooting, CANADORE with a lot to grow off of from that quarter. 13% from the field at 2 for 15. And 16 turnovers to St. Clair 7. See them down big. 27 points, the largest lead for the Saints today. Just about set to get back underway. Huxtable Supple, along with Logan Whitmell, start the quarter, along with Thomas Galland. Rounding up the 5 to start the frame for CANADORE is Bachuan. St. Clair to start off this quarter. Jaden Tillman, Chad Vincent Simon, Mazantia, Darnell Petty, along with the rounding of the group. Floor to start the quarter. Going to be Josiah Deere. All set to get back underway. Third quarter of play. Set to go. And we're back going. Supple, Gallant. On the swing run, Huxtable. High screen. Guarded by Tillman. Back outside, Supple. Supple. Jumper blocked. Deere on the block. Tillman on the run. Down to Tia. Good. Tia on the drive so far tonight. 13 points for the Saints. Pass through more traffic. Nearly stolen again. Logan Whitmell puts it up too strong. The Saints wanting to pull away quickly. Tia. Bucket. Good. Count the basket. This time Logan Whitmell caught for his first personal. First team foul. And right out of the gate, a 4-0 run with a chance to complete the 3-point play. St. Clair so far hasn't had too many free throws. 5 for 6 from the line so far. And make it 5 for 7. Darnell Petty gets the offensive board though. Throws it off of Galland to keep the possession alive. It's touched upon. Deere lead the way in scoring, but you also have Tia that's also now put himself into that time with 14 points so far. Logan Whitmell led the way for CANADORE with 11 points. 3 for 7 for the field. First half. Long pass, Tillman for 3. Good. And the Saints have a 6-0 run to start in the first minute. Third quarter of play. On the fadeaway. Galland doesn't go. Met back up by Tillman. Back outside. Deere draws contact. And then inbound coming for the baseline. It's Pachuan caught for his first personal. Ethan Skaman coming in now for Elijah Suffel. Also coming in, Bishop Whitmel. He comes in this time for Thomas Gowland. Tillman looking to run for some open space. Vincent Simon looking to get some points. This time it rattles out. Vincent Simon, 5 points so far tonight. However, he's been big on the defensive end. 4 steals in those first 20 minutes. Or 3, no good again. But Schumann on the break. There's Josiah Deere, and he says hello to the cameraman. So after the draw and contact, he'll take the stride to the free throw line. 2 more free throws. This time, the personal going against Huxtable for his first. First is good. And the second doesn't go. So free throw shooting tending to look streaky since the second quarter for both sides tonight. Outside, Pachuan now on the swing. 3, Skaman, good. Skaman makes the bucket. That's his first tray of the game. Canadore has their first points of the third quarter. Petty, Vincent Simon. Worked up to Tia from the high post. Poked back out. Petty contested. Rattles around, spins around, nearly poked loose. Tillman nearly pokes it loose 3 times over. Petty instead knocks it out. And Canadore still has possession. Just look at the corner tray. Just a touch bit of separation, is it not? And in turn, down goes the bucket from Skaman. Back in live action. On the cut, out of bounds. 7:29 currently to go in the third quarter on the scoreboards. 64-32, your score. Tillman. High pick and a roll. Now worked with Vincent Simon. One back out the Deer. Gets one to jump, goes for the floater. Ripped back down for the rebound by Logan Whitmel. Back on the drive, Huxtable draws a whistle. And this time Tia called for the personal. His second, team first. And despite the deficit, give credit to Canadore, still smiles in terms of some positives to take. When they've been doing well in terms of scoring, there is one thing. It's their outside shooting. Speaking of which, Skaman, the target there, trying to pass it out of the traffic again. Lots of traffic to navigate. Over the bucket, no good. Taken away. Petty, Tillman, the drive, the alley-oop, Vincent Simon! And that's a technical. Chad Vincent Simon's been teed up as a result of the basket hang as the St. Clair Saints get the highlight reel. And the fans disagree, but the slam extends the gap to 34. 35, the chance for the N1. For the technical, rather, to close down. Here's a look once again, and remember, this is the second basket hang of the night. The officials made it clear they do not want players to hang on the rim for more than that second. Technical free throw makes it 66-33. More changes. As Huxtable muscles back in. Coming out is Pachuan. Back in now this time is Owls. Huxtable draws a triple team for a moment. Bishop, Whitmell. Trying to go cross court again, stolen away again. Vincent Simon resets it back to Petty. Tillman looked for Tia, got stolen away instead. Panthers able to get across the timeline to Huxtable. Huxtable. And that's a trouble. Kept the ball. Trying to go for the hop step. And CANADORE looking for contact there, didn't get it. Was 4 minutes through the third quarter. St. Clair up by 33. Petty, 3. Off the front of the rim yet again. Straight back up. Skaman. Work back out to Gowland. No good on the 3. Petty wanted a whistle, didn't get one. Tia moved to the corner. Nearly out of bounds. That was close. Poked back out by the Panthers. Skaman jumps on it. Stripped back by Petty. And play continues. Deere, Vincent Simon for 3. Chad Vincent Simon takes advantage after a chaotic possession. He's got 10 points now in the game, 5 this quarter. Huxtable, work back to Gowland. Vincent Simon, trying to go for the reach. Goes out of bounds, last touch by CANADORE. And the Panthers wanted to push there. There's a look at Vincent Simon. That was off a chaotic string of turnovers for both sides at the end of the floor. Petty looking for some sizzle. Dizzles its way over to Vincent Simon. Through a triple, taken away by Gowan this time. Gowan, the right hand, draws a reach. Josiah Deere calling for the personal, his first. Team second. Let's take a look at Thomas Gowland's stats coming in. He's a part of the player watch when it comes to CANADORE. We talked about him being the top scorer for the team. 17 points per game, 6 rebounds a game coming into today. Started off strong with a couple of threes. He's been quiet on the board since then. He takes a 3 once again, though. Gowland still can't make one drop again. Vincent Simon makes something work a bit for transition. Not enough to score, though. Back the other way. Huxtable. Stopping on the pivot. Good. Huxtable doesn't back down there. The second player from Aurelia on the bucket. He's got 9 points. Simon, Deere from the logo. That doesn't go either. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. 69-35, St. Clair. On the cut. Second chance, Owls can't put it in. The Bishop Whitmell miss. Down for Tia. 1 hand for safety. It's wild to say 1 hand for safety. Alley-oop seems to be the preference when he goes dunk. Huxtable, Gowland. On the bounce pass, Owls draws a late whistle. And CANADORE wants some adjustments here. As Tia able to get it stuffed on down. Timeout called by the Panthers. 71-35. Here's a look at the halftime stats. And so far, you can tell where a lot of those differences have come to be. After all, when you have one team that attempts 26 shots and one 51, a lot happens in the midst of that. We talked about the turnovers being a huge part of that. 11-2 the steal differential, mind you. In terms of the three-point shooting, so far, St. Clair in the double digits in threes since that halftime mark as well. The rebounds, they've been out-rebounding CANADORE mainly because of the offensive glass. They have not backed down for second and third, and in one case, a fourth opportunity on the glass in the low block. Just about set to get back underway for the third quarter. And so far, a 15-6 run to start off again. It's been that type of a night for St. Clair. Back to winning with 3:38 to go in the third. Munsel's back in now for CANADORE. Hamid, and a 5-second violation. Saints basketball. Bachuin also amongst those in. For St. Clair, Loyick is in alongside Stewart. He's joined by 2-2. Was Paris. Tia, the 5. A lot of size. Tia, loop back to Loyick. Around the 2-2, and out of bounds, intended for Stewart. So the Detroit-based point guard not able to get the pass back along the arc. Sped around by Huxtable. Looking, whistle before the shot. No, during the shot, they say. 2 free throws. This time, Tia Munsel's in the vicinity. They'll give the personal, though, to Andrew Loyick. His third already. First one's good. Now, this game putting CANADORE in a tough spot. They take on Lambton tomorrow, where last time they played against the Lambton Lions, the Panthers did, they lost by 5 in that same Holmes trip that St. Clair came down for. Then they have to take on Sheridan, who they just lost to on December 3rd. That game was a 103-92 ball game. It's a tough road from here. If CANADORE wants a shot in the postseason, they need to win a game. Maybe a couple. 2-2 to the line. Talked about Gallo 2-2 in his bench play this season. Today, 5 points. He missed the first of 2. And St. Clair essentially with today ties up with Humber in terms of the win tally at the top of the standings. And all it would essentially take is a matchup against Niagara tomorrow to clinch the first seed in the OCA West. On the outside after the free throw trip, 72-36 Saints. And 3 minutes to go in this third. Gallant fades back, drains it from beyond the arc. Gallant hits the bucket. 2:30 to go in the third. Loyick responds. Andrew Loyick. One of the parts of his game that's grown this season is confidence from beyond the arc. That's his second 3 today. The response back, no good, but Bachuin. Loyick, Stewart, Willis Paris. Bounce pass, 2-2. He draws the whistle. And more free throws coming up. Halls are running with 2 personals. St. Clair now with the bonus. That's the third personal for Bachuin. He's picked up 2 to this frame alone. And with the foul trouble, substitution, Elijah Suffel coming in. He comes in for Gallant. Mid should say now with 2 personals. They've now flipped that on the stat board. Second's good. 78-39, and the gap is up to 39. One of the biggest leads St. Clair's had this season here in the Sportsplex. And stolen away again. Here comes Tia. Count it! And the foul. Mas Tia's having some fun in the low post. This time, in transition, gets the body. Ijilu coming in. It looks like Officials want to talk things over, though, from the St. Clair bench side, or at least on the foul perspective. They have put Pachuan back to 3 personals with that last whistle. They are trying to confirm who has how many personals to be able to inform the players on the floor. So that's the discrepancy. They've now said Hamid is the one with 3 after the confusion. Tia completes the end 1. And there's the horn for Ijulu. Tia coming out, 19 points now on the game. Leads up to its highest point now, 41 points. With under 2 minutes to go in the third. Suffle. Huxtable has an arm in his face. Trying to find a way through the 2-3 zone. Huxtable drives through the middle of all the bubbles. Suffle, quick shot, good. That's Suffle's first made jumper today. He's got his first bucket. Loyak responds, and it rims out from beyond the arc. Huxtable looks on the cut, trying to pivot, nearly drawing contact. He still gets the bucket. Down to the final minute of the third. Stewart, Loyak, Ijulu taking a 3, just missing the 3. Huxtable. Looking for some communication. Takes it over Loyak. Front of the rim. Doesn't fall. Stewart. Looks, spins, draws contact. Now he'll go to the line for free throws. And so far, Canadore well over the limit. This time it's Huxtable's second. Tim Stewart has had a intriguing season. This season, Tim Stewart, 14 appearances, all off the bench essentially. He's been averaging about 2.7 rebounds, just under 2 assists per game on this campaign. He's only had about 9 minutes a game, though, this season, but still 40% shooter when he has been relied upon for offense. Free throw no good. And it's Canadore basketball. Panthers just avoiding touching it on the chase. Shot clock is off. 22.7 seconds to go in the third. Huxtable from a double team. Still keeping it. Forced to reset the footing. Suffle from a double himself throws it away. Final 2 seconds. Stewart at the buzzer gets it. And after 3 quarters of play, St. Clair up by 40. It's 83-43 here from Windsor.
Tickets are on sale now for the 17th Annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, April 30th. The Kubota Club will be filled with local athletes, teams, and coaches just waiting to hear their names announced as a nominee or this year's recipient. You'll even get to hear from golf legend Jack Nicklaus, but you have to have a ticket. Tickets are available at westbytickets@gmail.com. Don't wait, or you might just miss your chance to be a part of history.
But he was also an All-American, second team in that. It's time to right.
Burrell looks for a spot. Burrell shoots it and scores on the near side.
One mistake, end up booking a trip to the prairies.
Welcome back, everyone, to Windsor as we start off the fourth quarter of play. 83-42. They've taken a point off the board for the CANADORE Panthers. Sprints with you. So far, 41 points the lead for St. Clair. Willis Paris with the ball, gives it out to 2-2 to 3 on the shot clock, gets it stolen away, and in turn back the other direction. 27-13 was the difference in the third quarter. And St. Clair's won every single quarter today. 20 points for Mazantia, along with 6 rebounds, leading the way in scoring. Josiah Deere, 15 points. He cooled off in the third quarter. With it, it's Tommy Huxtable. On the floater, front of the rim. No. Stewart. Looking back. Regroups. Looks back on the hop. The drive. The miss. Picked back up by Stewart, but out of bounds. Back to CANADORE for the basketball. Substitution. Thomas Gowland coming in. He'll now line up alongside Bishop Whitmell. He's joined onside by Elijah Suffel, Ty Huxtable, rounding the 5, Xavion Owls. On the floor for St. Clair, Andrew Loyick, Monty Ujulu, Glenn Willis Paris. Also joined by Tim Stewart and rounding out the 5 on the floor here in this sequence. Got a 2-2. And over the back, violation. So a backcourt violation on the play. And so far, it has been a tricky one for the defense, for CANADORE, and the ball control. Ball control, if anything, is the huge one. 24-10 the difference, 37-4 points off turnovers today. Stewart, drive inside, not able to get it to go. Shot clock violation. And CANADORE basketball after quick miscommunication for a moment. Mazantia, you can throw into the mix for the player of the game because in the discussion with some of the crew at the halftime, as they try and get fancy, and out of bounds on the alley-oop to Owls. Just talked about how Tia started off strong, cooled off, started off strong, and didn't cool off in the third until he substituted out. Loyick. Looking, gives it to Stewart. Penny, rather Ujulu, has some open spaces. Not spotted yet. Willis Paris, one on the shot clock, and draws a whistle and 3 free throws for the center. So whistles continuing to fly in the quarter. Owls call for the personal. That's team second. Now back to the line of the Saints. First time with Gwen Willis Paris today. First is good. And that's just after the play. It's Paris tried to take a fadeaway. Still drew the contact. It's been 75% for the free throw line today. This last free throw attempt. Free throw good. 85-42. 2 minutes through in the fourth quarter of play. St. Clair up by a game-high 43 points. Huxtable. Back along to Bishop Whitmell. Back out to Huxtable. Trying to get the bounce. Tapped away by Willis Paris. Loyick runs the point. Has options to his right. He still looks left. Tries to spin. Tries to use some body. Tried to get a kickball. Didn't get it. 6 on the shot clock. Contested the 3. Doesn't fall from 2-2. Of note, into the game during the past free throw sequence, Rody Maslow. It's now at the shooting guard spot. On the give and go. This time the cut. Logan Whitmell draws a whistle. Whitmell going to the line. This time, Montague on it. And you have to love Griff sometimes. He's having fun. He's having a lot of fun. And I think Griff is now trying to intimidate for the free throw line this time, and it works for the first one. What can you say? Sometimes it works. When it works, is the saying. Second's good. And back on the tempo goes Griff, and back to the other end go the Saints. On the drive, 2-2, good. He's got 9 points off the bench tonight. Huxtable. Has lots of players calling for the ball. Instead, they keep it outside. On the three, it's Gowan. Good. That's been the spot he's been good from beyond the arc today. Sit for long jumpers now. Willis Paris. Voids one reach. Back outside. Masloom. Jumper. Air ball. Too strong. Panthers still looking now to pick up some tempo here. Try and finish out the game strong. Outside, Logan Whitmell. Rims away. Brody Maslow. Back to Willis Paris for three. Doesn't go. Huxtable leads a fast break. On the shovel pass. Good. Logan Whitmell again. He's been one of the team's bright spots today for Canadore. 14 points for the Panthers. Loic. Ujulu takes the mid-range. Hits the right side of the rim. Huxtable looks. Drawing the charge. Hard contact. Huxtable for his third. Team second. And look at Rudy Masloom. Quick reactions, quick use of the body. And the 5'8" guard from Windsor drawing the charge. Midway to the fourth quarter, 87-48. 2-2. Bounce to Ujulu. Masloom. Team favorites back out. Loic. Rims away. So with this score line, be safe to say as it's stolen away from the Panthers. Canadore to drop to 3-13. Counted in the foul. Andrew Loic. Another and one. And more changes as Logan Parker, who just finished warming up. Munster's coming in along with Levi Coombs. Here's a look at the contact. Drive at the arm. Gowan caught for his third. Black not making the start for the first time in a while today. Has 9 points with the make there. So with St. Clair already in line in turn with the gap for the win, 12-3. The record likely to go to one more win. They secure the West top seed for the postseason. 3 good in response from Canadore. Remember, it's Niagara coming into town. That's amongst the teams that are a part of that West Division traffic jam we referred to earlier on. Loic, the 4 on the shot clock. Looks, pass it away, didn't see the shot clock, and it's shot clock violation. Ethan Skaman coming in. Thomas Gowland coming out. Playoff time right around the corner here on Weeds Digital. Whether it's basketball, whether it's volleyball, and that went off the shoulder of Coombs. For the alley-oop, Willis Paris takes a hop, takes a bucket. Sometimes, take what comes to you. Inside, no good from Vosper. And out of bounds, some more changes. Into the game this time, Adam Masloom. Also in on the stoppage, Malcolm Perrin. Also in, first time in a while, Will Buffon. Andrew Loic staying in to round out the 5 now alongside Brody Masloom. Ball around by Adam. Down to the final 4 minutes. Loic, pass to Perrin. Buffon. 7 of the shot clock. Buffon avoids one reach. Back out, Adam Masloom for 3. Again, no good. Skaman drew some contact. Buffon from the top of the ball. Buffon already with his first personal. .52-51. Score now 3:17 to go in the 4th. All while Griff remains patient. Buffon. Spins, fades. Didn't get the banker to drop. Looking around Vosper. Vosper through a couple reaches. Skaman. The 3 hits the rim. Picked up by the Saints. Perrin looking, wants a spot, runs to the spot. Buffon takes a 3, makes a 3. Buffon pulls up from beyond the arc. He's got his first bucket tonight. Skaman back to the top. And inside, Buffon steals it. And a push. Logan Parker. CANADORE wants a timeout. That's the perfect time to take a look at your player matchup. 2 of the players that stood out tonight, Jaden Tillman making his first start in a little while here tonight. 9 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Logan Whitmell, 14 points, 3 boards, and an assist, a part of his stat line. To compare, 2 of those who have had a lot of battles tonight. Those in the starting lineup this evening. The St. Clair Saints on their way to win number 12. CANADORE on their way to loss 13. They're now in a must-win situation the rest of the way if they want a shot at the final seed for the postseason. Keep in mind, one of the teams they need to have some luck from is Redeemer. They're amongst those playing against Sheridan tonight at 8 p.m. So they're going to need some help there if they want a chance to go postseason playing in about a week or so. 95-53, 2:23 to go in the 4th quarter of play. And CANADORE was on the wrong side of the floor for a moment. Taken up by Buffon. Brody Masloom has Adam to the left wing. Give it to Adam. Now to the corner for 3. Buffon again. Nearly an over-the-back call. Perrin making contact, but Skaman on the board. Skaman has Parker in the low post. Gives it top instead. Pivoting around. Coombs. Now the hook. Doesn't draw the rim. Logan Parker. Buffon wants a lot of shots. Instead swings it back out. Reset by Loic. Adam Masloom chucks up a three, hits the top of the rim. Taken back up quick by CANADORE. Sprinted forward, Bishop Whitmell, back out for three. Coombs rattles away. Down to the final 90 seconds. Ronnie Maslow, Loyuk trying to find Perrin. Off the mark and stolen away. Oh, now they say St. Clair basketball. Say last touch there by Bishop Whitmell. And looked all but CANADORE possession till there. It's an interesting flip. I believe that was the hand of Perrin. 7 on the shot clock for St. Clair either way. Buffon, 3 on the shot clock. 4-3, his second try. 1 minute to go. And St. Clair 2 points away from another game with more than 100 points. Inside, Parker wants it, rattles it through. Have to bully his way to keep the ball. And intercepted. Taken back up, Bishop Whitmell going the alley-oop, and for the second time, it's overthrown. And again, there's some good hops shown by Coombs in terms of the wingspan, or at least the vertical in the warm-up line tonight. It's a little high as there's a whistle against Vosper. First team foul, or rather first player foul, team fifth. And Ronnie Maslow goes to the line. St. Clair in turn has the chance to have their 4th game in their last 5, scoring more than 100 points. St. Clair 1 point away from 100. There it is. And St. Clair Saints yet again in triple digits. On the pump, Coombs. Draws second chance. Squeaked away, taken away by Rody Maslow. Shot clock is off. This should just about do it. The St. Clair Saints do step 1 for clinching the OCA West for the rest of the weekend. Get the win today. Now they're just 1 win away from securing the number 1 seed heading to the postseason. They take the win by 45. 100-55 is your final. The St. Clair Saints pick up what ends up being their 12th win of the season. CANADORE drops their 13th. 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. the start times tomorrow. We'll hope to see you tune in next time. St. Clair Saints take on Niagara to close out the schedule. Big shout out to Mazantia. 20 points tonight. And a lot of activity on the low block. Lots of battles for the rebounds, but also plenty of blocks and some ferocious and ones. Ferocious dunks, ferocious layups. He's your player of the game for the St. Clair Saints tonight. He's your leading scorer for the Saints as well. With that being said, I'd like to thank you for tuning in for tonight's action. We'll see you tomorrow for the final home games and home basketball games for St. Clair's regular season here on We Digital.